It's the battle of the sealants when it comes to the food truck build on the video series, How to Build Your Food Truck from A to Z with me, Frank Baltiers. We're experimenting with this one. Should we try it? The trusty one has always been Flex Seal, and this one I use when I install my hood. As you can see right behind me, I installed the hood, and now I'm ready to seal coat it when it comes to the roof, because you don't want it to leak with the rain, with the snow, with the hail, with the wind, the tornadoes, all that crap that comes. You want to make sure that you stay waterproof, because the last thing you want is water in your trailer. Just like you don't want water in your house, you don't want water in your trailer. So maybe you're asking, how'd you get that hood up there and you didn't even tell us? Well, let's start from the beginning. So let's rewind and let's go back to step one on building the hood and installing it. It took me about 8 hours, split between 2 days, just so we kind of had the recap of the man hours that it took. 8 hours to install that bad boy up there. But let's get started. Let's rewind once again. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Frank Baltiers on How to Build Your Food Truck. It's the battle of the sealants. Let's go. So I did receive my yearly health department renewal. That's about $485, just a cost of doing business. It is what it is. What we're going to be working on today is I need to make a couple stops at Home Depot and Ace Hardware. Ace Hardware because I need some big oversized washers, and that's the only place where I have seen that they make them. Walking over to the local Ace Hardware because they have all these specialty bolts and washers and nuts that go onto this thing. So let's go on here. They have these really cool oversized washers that work really nice. I don't know if every Ace is the same, but I know this one for sure. So let's go find what we need to. These are the monster washers that I'm telling you guys about. But these big washers do not exist at Home Depot. So Ace is where I found these. But sorry, Ace. I can only buy one thing from you guys. Sorry. So I'm not gonna bore you guys with removing this film off the stainless steel because I'm sure you guys have better things to do than watch me peel off this stuff. So walk inside with me because we're gonna be installing the 7-foot hood today. I purchased from Hood Mart. That's where I bought every single one of my hoods. I know there's other companies. I cannot recommend them. I've only used Hood Mart. So if you want a good quality hood that has lasted me at least 2-3 years with no issues, buy it from Hood Mart. And they make it special for food trucks where you can get almost like a V cut in the back. Because on my trailer, oh my gosh, it's hot in here. I remember a few months ago I was saying it's damn cold, I couldn't work. my roof line kind of slants in a little bit. So with this hood, it has like almost like a little, they call it a chamfered cut. Chamfered cut. That's what it is. Don't quote me on it, but that's what they said. Behind the cooking equipment, you put stainless steel. That's the secret, right? And then you can use FRP everywhere else because it's non-porous. Or if you have the money, you can use stainless steel everywhere. That's what I did on my first food truck. But I did find like this was in 2019, so everything was like dirt cheap. I found stainless steel sheets for like 30, 40, 50 bucks. That price doesn't even exist anymore. Don't ask me where I got them. I'm not gonna tell you because it doesn't even matter because they won't even have them. So you can use stainless steel, you can use FRP. And I started filming these videos to help you guys out because I really do believe you guys can build it out yourself. So like I said, today's project is installing the 7-foot hood. And then some more protective film. When you receive the hood, either if you go pick it up or if you get it shipped to your house, you're gonna have this protective film. You're also gonna have it on just about every piece of stainless steel that you receive for the back of the hood. So have fun taking it off. I'm taking the measurement here so I can transfer it over to the hood. That way I can cut the hole for that vent that you see that I'm removing right there. It all comes in the box. They ship it really nicely, so that's always good. Also, something that I always forget to mention is if you guys are looking for more one-on-one help, you can always email me at rollingburritosfoodtruck@gmail.com, rollingburritosfoodtruck@gmail.com, and we can set something up. That's if you want more one-on-one guidance on here that you need beyond these videos. So I just wanted to point that out there because I always forget to mention it. One of the most frequent questions that I receive is, do you have a specific construction sequence? Like, do you put the floors first? Do you put the walls first? Do you put the ceiling first? Do you put the hood first? And I'll answer that right now. just so we're on the same page, the measurement from the edge right here, which would be from the farthest edge towards the front, and this way is 33. I think the other ones have been 33, 32, right around there, but it's always in that general area. And then it's 12 inches to the left, which is towards the back of the hood. So this would be towards the back of the trailer. And then these were all the little baffles go. So in here you get that duct that you get as a kit with hood mark. And then you just measure it, cut it, and then fit it in there. Just kind of like a dry fit, make sure that it fits. And then we throw it right on top. I use my zip walls, and that holds it up in place until I'm ready to, actually secure it 100%. But the zip walls are lifesavers when it comes to putting the hood up. There you go. You guys can see it a little bit better when I zoom out. But that's a 7-foot hood, cutting the duct that goes to the outside. So I just wanted to recap that for you so we're all on the same page. So on here, what I did is I took my angle grinder, my right angle grinder with the 4.5-inch metal cutoff wheel. And I just cleaned up the edges right here, make it nice and smooth like butter, as they say. And that's what the duct's gonna go right there. This little duct is what I'm gonna put into that hole that I cut, specifically just for that one, which comes from the hood mark kit. Here is the space of where the hood is going to go. As you can see, there is no cheating. I haven't done anything to prep for it, just to measure this little hole. I am gonna use, as I mentioned, those zip walls. I have a set, it comes with 4, and that ultimately holds up the hood until I secure it 100%. Sometimes I've even left it there for like a day or two, but I think I'm gonna be able to do it all in one day. I just need an extra hand to be able to lift this up. It's just bulky and it's heavy, so make sure you get an extra hand to do this. I'm not gonna record that part to respect the helping hand that I have. They don't want to be recorded. So just know that I'm going to use an extra hand to put this up, and that is going to assist me on holding up the hood when I'm done. As I said, they're just a set of zip walls, and I'll link them here in the description. But here we go. That's the space for the 7-foot hood. Here it is. After struggling, this thing is heavy, maybe a couple 100 pounds. We have it somewhat in place. And the zip walls hold everything there until I'm ready to put everything in place 100%. But at least it gives us a real good guideline of where exactly everything is going to fit. I'm gonna put a bolt here, 2, 3, 4, and then one extra one. I always put one right there in the middle. So I always put 5 bolts on here. This one might be a little bit more this way, but like I said, this is just to get a real good idea of where the hood is going to go. And make sure that I cover everything down here with the stainless steel. Looks real nice. Look at that. Now I just got to bolt it up towards the ceiling and then cut right here, because that's where the vent is going to go, towards the outside, so it can take out all the smoke while you guys are cooking. So there you go. That's exactly how these hoods work. Easy peasy. Before I forget, because I almost did, 2 small things I want to remind you of when you are installing the hood is you want to buy this 5/8 drill bit right here. And this one assists you in drilling out the 5 holes that you're going to need to hold up the actual hood. As I mentioned, this thing is pretty heavy, and you want to make sure you do a great job doing it. And you want to drill right into your studs. You don't want to drill in through here and through here. You want to go in through your trailer studs. So that's a big detail. The other one is I put a backer plate back here of 1.5 inches. And the reason I do that is because I want to put the hood a little bit more this way, because the curve plate that goes right here on the fan, I don't want it to hit my trailer, to be extending down this way. So I want to extend it outside the trailer a little bit as much as I can. And this backer plate works perfectly. So those are the 2 details that I want to point out for you. So on here, what you do is you drill some pilot holes. Ow, my finger. So just like you see there, and then those transfer to the top of the trailer. And then you just kind of measure around. If you guys can see, I did 4 holes, and then that gives me the guide so I can mark them all up top. So let me go to the top of the trailer and show you what I'm talking about. But that's the hood, the vent that's gonna go straight out. Let me get a far away shot so you guys can see it. There it is. So let me go outside and let me show you. And just like that, we have our hole cut to the inside. We can see the inside. I see all my FRP and all the dirt. We use the same angle grinder by Ryobi, or it can be a Bosch one that I'll link in the description. It doesn't really matter. And that's what cuts this nice old hole. And then we stick the duct. Where is it? Oh, right there. That's the one we use. That one right there. That's what's gonna fit right inside here. And then we'll put the little mushroom top on top. So let's get to it. So let's walk up to the top and let me show you the exact results of how this project is looking. So actually you could have gone with maybe just a smaller bolt as well, but we're gonna cut these off right here. I'm gonna put another washer, sorry, another nut right there. So it's gonna be double nut, and then we're gonna put some Loctite on there, some red Loctite. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make that thread in there, and then I'm gonna cut these right here so that it has enough clearance so I can put the hood. You guys can see the little, I call this the little mushroom top, but it's the exhaust fan. You guys can see up there. One thing you wanna make sure is that this drain, it has a little drain thing. What side is it on? I think it might be on the other side. Oh no, it's right there. You guys can see it right there. That has to be on the curb side. And the reason, it's almost like a gutter. So when it rains, all the water goes right inside there, and you don't want it to collect. So you want it to just kind of drain off the vehicle. So you want to make sure that that's on the curb side. So I do have to cut this part right here. You guys can see, I need to cut this. That came with the hood mark kit. So I need to shave that off, measure it, and then make it nice and neat. And then there's one more piece that sits right on top here that we're gonna cut and measure as well, or measure and cut, so we can get this bad boy situated in case it rains. It doesn't seem like it's gonna rain today, but it might. But I wanna get this all squared away. So there you go. I kind of had a process when I first started my first food truck. I was like, I need to do this first and I need to do that first. But then I felt like it was slowing me down. So my goal is to do one thing every day and finish it. I'm gonna walk back up here and show you what's next on this part that may not make sense because it comes in the kit. So this is like a flat panel, and this is where the little vent was on top, taped to the top of the box. So what you do is you lay this inside like that, and just on top of the other one, there's that duct that we secured on there from the inside. So then this goes right there, just align it with the sides. If you guys can see there, line it here, line it there, and then we're gonna go inside, and then we're gonna mark exactly where this is at, and then we're gonna cut it, because this all has a purpose of why it's here. I had to learn this kind of like the hard way when I first had my first hood install. So let me show you how you do this. Let's walk back inside. Again, this is a 7-foot hood install, so you guys can see it again. And then right here, that's where that piece I was telling you about is. So what we're gonna do is just take our pencil and just mark right there on the outline. And then this is gonna tell us where to cut it. And then we're just gonna cut this piece. And then we're gonna lay it right on top. And this time we're gonna secure it with stainless steel screws. And then we're gonna wrap it with high heat aluminum tape. And then that'll take care of my vent outside. And then we can put that little top up top. And we're finito. We just gotta weatherproof the whole thing. And ultimately, this is how it's gonna look. You see all the screws on here because you wanna attach this plate that you cut right on here. And then I'm gonna use this high temperature flute tape. It goes up to 600 degrees. And then I'm just gonna kind of like overlap this just so it's a nice flow right on top. So whenever like smoke comes out, it doesn't go back into the trailer like through here by any chance. So you want to cover all your bases. So I'm going to cover that up, just kind of like an overflow like this. And then this is going to go right on top. So that's kind of like the step-by-step. We're almost done. It's about 92% done. A couple little knickknacks here and there. And then the weatherproof. I'm not doing it today, as I mentioned, but that is a must for sure. I use Flex Seal on here and it works wonderful. So let's finish this up right now. This is the area here that we will be seal coating. We're gonna seal coat that bolt right there. This one all around this tray. This is for my exhaust hood that goes on my food truck. Well, this one's a food trailer, but it's all the same thing. Still a roof and it's still a curved plate. There is no difference. This goes to the hood. That's right inside, as you guys can see there. Again, we're comparing Flex Seal, The trusty Flex Seal. It has never failed me yet. And then we're going with the new kid on the block, the ultra clear roof. And this one looked pretty interesting because it looked a little bubbly. You guys can see there, look at that. Bloop, 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 bloop. That's what caught my attention when I saw it. I was like, you know what, that looks pretty cool. So let's try it. We're gonna unbox them, open them, or whatever you wanna call it. We're gonna put it on that bolt as well. I did put a layer of silicone first yesterday, so it's nice and dry now. This one's just a second coat that I love doing just to make sure it never leaks. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put Flex Seal on half the trailer. I'm gonna put it right there, and I'm gonna put it all around there up to this bolt. And then from here, I'm gonna put this one, the DAP Ultra Clear Roof, from that bolt to the right, and then right there. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. And if something leaks, we'll know on what side it is. And then we'll say, you know what, this was a good product or this is a bad product. We just gotta wait for some rain. It's been crazy weather here in Chicago. Today is 90, it's ridiculous, but I'll take it. But we do need some rain. It doesn't seem like it's gonna come in the next few days, but when it does, I'll be ready with my camera to catch you. But let's install these two right here. So you guys know the plan of action, half on one side, half on the other, and then we're gonna see when it rains, what happens. So come on, rain, let's go. Hopefully that answers your question on where do I start and how do I start. Again, thank you for watching. Please comment on the video and I answer each and every question that you have myself. So it's been a full 24 hours since I installed Flex Seal on half of this side of my roof on my food truck. And same thing, 24 hours since I installed the DAP Ultra Clear Roof. There's a new product that I'm trying out. This one is a trusty old Flex Seal that has not failed me in my last I believe three or four trailers that I've done the roof. Let's see how they have held up and dried after 24 hours. This one says it needs 24 hours to dry. However, this one says it needs 7 days. It's crazy. Who the heck's gonna wait 7 days for something to dry? What does it say? It says somewhere here like 7 days of fully dry. But anyways, let's see. So Flex Seal, now that I compare it to something else, says it's clear. However, look at this. It looks a little cloudy to me. They should call it cloudy or foggy, not clear, because this one for sure dried clear. Look at that difference. Not that it really matters on top of the roof because nobody's really gonna see it. But if you're gonna say clear, Mike, look at this. You can see it right there. Super drastic difference. The right side is super clear. The left side is foggy or cloudy, so to speak. So Flex Seal, you kind of have failed me there, but you're a phenomenal product. If I touch this, this is fully dry. Look at that. Super, super dry after 24 hours. However, this one is dry, but it's kind of soft. Like I can touch it right there and it's a little soft. So it's not fully 100% dry yet, but it seems okay. I am gonna add another coat on here because I wanna put my vent hood up top tomorrow, and it's about 90 degrees today. So it's been a nice evening the last couple weeks. Sorry, the last couple of days has been really nice and sunny. So I wanna finish this up so I can actually put my vent hood. Again, we're gonna do another layer of Flex Seal because this one, my gosh, it is dry. I like it, but I just like to make sure. I always do 2 coats, kind of like paint. When you put it in your house, you do 2 coats to make sure that it grabs nicely. I'm gonna do the same thing with the Flex Seal on this side, and I'm gonna do the same thing with the DAP, even though it's not fully dry. My goodness, look at this. I don't know, it's squishy. It's squishy, but it's dry. I don't know how I feel about it. I wish it was harder and like drier, but it's okay. It's a little soft. But anyways, we're gonna do this, but that's 24-hour review after. It hasn't rained yet, so I can't really give a leak test, but that's the comparison. Look at that difference. You guys can see it. Clear and then clear, but it's actually foggy. Sorry, Flex Seal, you lost this battle. Another 24 hours have came and gone. So now let's see how this sealant is doing. Ooh, this is a little harder now. Oh, not bad, not bad. DAP did pretty good. Actually, this was just 1 coat of DAP. I felt like I didn't have to put another one just because it was doing pretty good. And so far, look at it, it's not bad. Dap, I gotta give it to you. You did pretty good on there. This one's a Flex Seal. I did 2 coats on here. They're pretty dry now. So far, it looks good. And now that it's all dry, as I mentioned, I put the exhaust fan up here and I'm running the power to it because I want to silicone this side as well. I want to leave it all weatherproofed and ready. That way I don't have to worry about any of this roof stuff. So all I did, just in case you're wondering, is I took there's metallic and non-metallic liquid tight, as they call this. This is 1/2 inch. You can buy whichever one you desire. One thing that you do have to do on the Hoodmart hoods is that the box that they have here is 3/4, a 3/4 knockout at the bottom. That's how the box is made. So you have to buy a reducer from Home Depot or Menards or wherever. It's called a rigid 3/4 to 1/2 inch reducer. And all you need is a 14-2 cable, because all you're gonna use down here is a switch leg and a neutral. So you just need a 14-2 wire to come up here to feed the switch leg, which will be this little switch right here that comes from Hoodmart. So it's not something that I installed or anything like that. This is just the one that comes from Hoodmart. It's just a little toggle switch, as you can see here. You just flick it on. You would always typically leave it on because you really won't come up here to turn it off and on unless you're gonna service the fan, and that's the cover that they give you from Hoodmart. So just wanted to show you before I finish up here. That way you guys are not like, hey, he didn't show me that step, but here it is. Running liquid tight with Romex to that box right there, so we can finish up the exhaust installation up top, and we're done. We're done with the exhaust fan. So let's hurry up and do this.